Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to day 6 of the Hull Fair 2025 pull on and build update video. There is only 4 days to go, and Nottingham Goose Fair finished last night, so there's some big changes at Walton Street today. Hello and welcome. We have started this walk in the car park near the taxi rank at the Springbank end of Walton Street, because for the first time today we've actually got activity on this little bit of Hull Fair. That is the Shocker ghost train, which you can just see at the back there. That usually doesn't make an appearance until halfway through Hull Fair. Usually in that spot there is a different ghost train, and then usually around 5 days into Hull Fair that does get swapped over overnight into this one, the Shocker. But as you can see from now, the fair starts in just 4 days and the Shocker ghost train is already here. So for the first time that I remember, Hull Fair is actually starting with the Shocker ghost train. So as I said, Goose Fair finished in Nottingham last night, so there's a huge amount of activity on Walton Street Hull Fair site today with just 4 days to go. So I will show you as much as I can show you. It might be a little bit longer than usual, and for that reason I may not just go and do the wagon tour today at West Park. I might just focus on the actual fairground itself, just because I think there's going to be a lot to see. But you can tell it is definitely 100% starting to look like the Hull Fair that we all know. I'll show you when we get in. There's things coming on, look. It's going to be an extremely busy day today, going into tomorrow, with things being pulled onto site. It's another nice day, sunshine, blue sky, and it is about 20 degrees. So I'm just going to stand here and let this guy get in with, I'm not sure what it is. Looks like a biggie. Look at that, precision maneuvering. But this is where I will start the walk, as I have for every other tour the past 6 days. Look, there's more coming in as well. There's even more coming in. There's like a queue of them. So we've got the turbojet. First thing you see on your left. Can you remember just a few days ago when it was just the giant wheel there? Look at it now. We've got the turbojet. We've got the atmosphere. We've got the super slide. Helter Skelter there. I think they're called slips, somebody told me. The inside term for an Helter Skelter amongst travellers, amongst showmen, is slips. And we've got vertical limit. We did do this last year. Me and Maisie did that. And I don't think the cycle was too impressive on that one. So I think if we did come again and want to do one of these, I don't think we'd be doing that one. We'd be choosing a different one. But look, the reverse bungee. The reverse bungee. That's one I do not want to do. But I made the mistake of saying that to you guys when I said you could also decide what I'm going to do. So I don't know if anybody would go on that with me. We'll have to see. But that's the reverse bungee. I've got a feeling there's going to be so much to see today. Got the Miami, which was there yesterday. And the Exciter. Again, yesterday. That was like, I don't think it was completed like that, but it was definitely there. And then you've got the King Frog. Is that the King Frog that's come from Scarborough? I'm not sure, but it's a king frog. You got a twister. And then is this is usually where atmosphere creator goes. Is that the atmosphere creator? That's like a really, really good waltzers. It's got such a good sound package and such a good light package with mist, dry fog, and you can feel the bass of the music while you're on the ride. It's such a good one, that. And then we've got Vertigo there as well, next to Crash Test, which I'm guessing is pretty much done. It looks like we've got a little Dodgems setup going on here. I knew today would be a massive day for new arrivals. The Jumbo Circus, what I would say is the UK's best fun house. There is a video on the channel of a full walkthrough of that. I said to you the other day, it takes about 11 minutes, so it took about 11 minutes for us to walk through. But it's got 4 floors, and the bonus of that is that you get some really good views of Hull Fair from the very top. When you reach the top and you look out, because you're at the far end of the fair, you get like the sort of peak view of Hull Fair, because you're not missing anything behind you. You're literally at the back of the fair there, and as you're looking out over it, you get to see everything. You've got air raid. Let's see if we can have a little nosy of Crash Test. I think it is pretty much done, isn't it? I don't know if they've got the carriages on yet. They have. That's it, look. And the fun house is just behind it there, one of the smaller fun houses. Massive change. I did say that I think today is going to be the biggest sort of transition day from yesterday to today, and I've only gone a fifth of the way into the fair, and I stand by that, definitely. Tagada. Disco Fever, and then another fun house. I think when I went to, this is like the German themed one, isn't it? I think when I went to the Hoppings in June, there was 2 identical fun houses, German themed like this. I don't think we get 2 of the same. I think we do only get the 1. And this is the ghost train getting set up, look. The famous ghost train. The one that's always got a queue. You can see the top of Big Ben Tower as well. They've actually put that up, so that's awesome to see. We'll get a closer look at that in a sec. There's Robinson's Waltzers. We'll take a little walk in the middle of the fair when I've gone round the edge. Limbo Dancer. It's starting to become sort of clear what it's going to look like when it's done, when it's like this now. Like when you first start doing these, when we started doing this video, sort of vlog series of this build, we came and the car park was literally empty. There was nothing on it, and I did say, when it's empty like this and you look around, you just can't envisage you can't sort of see that the fair would be on this car park, but you can see it happening now. There's the Super Bowl. And then another Tagada. This was the Tagada that was folded up the past few days. And it looks like topspin is done now. We'll take a look as we go around there. There's another little fun house here. Is this the polar themed one or the snowy one? I think this one did have some snow coming out of it. Is this the ice? Is it called Ice Jet? Had some fake snow coming out of it last year. That's cool. Europe's largest travelling fun fair. There you go, it's official. It says it on the back of the van. Right. There's nothing at this end. Look, this is just wagons. So we'll head back in. Take a little nosy at the top spin. And work our way to the Big Ben Tower to have a closer look at that. Did have a look at that whilst it was on the trailers yesterday, the day before. Techno Power. And then is this the Booster Max? The Booster Max is getting set up. You got the Matrix over there. Is this Dante's Air? This is Dante's Air on the back of that truck there. Yeah, top spin. Good to go. That's Air, look. The famous one that's been here for many, many years. And it always takes a really good picture when it gets dark. When the sky's dark and there's lights coming from it, this one always sort of, when it's mid-air, it comes quite close to another attraction near it and it makes for a really good picture. But that's Dante's Air. So when we come tomorrow, that'll probably be half up. It's so cool to see it in this state. Measuring out different areas, look for attractions. That's Max Booster over there. And this is Big Ben Tower. They're putting it up, look. It does go a lot taller than that. It's not just that tall. Wow, so exciting now that it's actually looking like Hull Fair. As I said, the next 2 or 3 days will also be this exciting because it's coming together. All these new things that are arriving from Goose Fair, everything starts getting put in place. I think from either tomorrow or Wednesday, Walton Street gets closed off to public and they start putting all the food trailers in place. They're just laying the platform still, I think, on that. And then a Caterpillar coaster, which we did see yesterday. It was on the back of trailers yesterday, so we're just setting it up now. And then we've got what we got here. Let's have a look. That's the Matrix. And then there's the Ice Maze Funhouse as well. Quite a few of those funhouse type things dotted about. And there's no queue at the food place today. There was yesterday. I guess everybody's had their fill of food for now. And Toxic is still there, still looking like that. I guess they're waiting for sort of the go-ahead to unpack it, as it were. I guess they can't do it if the area is going to be needed to bring other things in, so they can't sort of expand it out whilst they might need the space to set up other things and bring other things in. So it's all meticulously sort of organised and planned with dimensions and sizes and, you know, the needs of each individual attraction. Another super slide. A lot of these juvenile rides are put in place now. Some are even set up, look, the little balloons. There's another Dante's truck over there. Probably all got different parts of air on it. And then there's the Grand Canyon little runaway mine train. So yeah, I think today I will just focus on this just because there's such a difference from yesterday to today. I'll just focus on the site, the fair site itself, and I will probably pick back up tomorrow the wagon walk around, just have a look on West Park, see if it looks much different to yesterday. But this is where the action is. This is the exciting bit. Another fun house here. It's going to be so cool being here on Friday. Opening night, 4 o'clock I will be here. Let's have a little nosy down here, look. All the prize stalls are starting to turn up, look. Get put in place. There's the freak out over there that we saw yesterday. I don't think that's changed much. There's a Gallagher's Twister here. There's a Waltzer XL down there as well.
No, I'm going to move the Walton. Wait for Fairground now. I'll wait here. Fairground. And I'll do that.
So that's Arthur's Hellblazer. Waltzers down there next to the freakout. And then that's the Waltzer XL. See if we can get a little nosy at that. Are they actually putting air up? This is the little feeble juvenile roller coaster that we saw yesterday. There's air. It must be quite daunting driving one of these in this when there's just like trucks and people and steel everywhere. Looks like they're about to hook the crane onto this piece. That's the main bit there that we just saw, the ball. That's the iconic little bit that you see on a lot of pictures. I think I posted a picture on our Facebook today actually with what I was just talking about, where there was air and then I can't remember what the other one was. It might have been toxic. And there was both going together, and the sort of meet mid-swing in the night time with it lit up, and it just makes for a perfect picture of Hull Fair. And I'm stood here for a while just watching this, but I'd like to see this actually in action. It'd be cool to see it. I'd love to see it like attached and then lift up off the truck. They don't sort of waste any time. They do sort of crack on with it and make haste with what they're doing.
Hey, make sure they're not twisted.
Got some people cleaning the payment booths and things. Do you think that'd be final preparations like the day before, not halfway through the final week of build? Is this it? Are we good to go? Is it attached? It's getting off. It's good to go, look, it's lifting up.
Head back. Go on, kid. Go on, back to go. Just head on to it, just head on to it. Hold the wire.
That's it. It's got the torque. Ready to lift.
The strap on it. Yes. Drop it up on.
It's about to go.
Drop it up. Go on, kid. Go on, kid. Just drop it up. And then go. 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 Release. 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 Come on. Go. Release it. Go.
That is cool. I won't fancy that dropping on me. I'm going to get out of the way a little bit, just for my own safety. That was something cool to see, just an actual piece of ride being lifted off the truck, being suspended on the crane there mid-air, and it's coming down. That was cool. Let's carry on walking around and see what else we can see. It's just going to get fitted into place here, look. So don't mess about. It's using colourful language there to his colleagues. That's a cool ride. I think it was a little bit more expensive last year than what we used to pay. Can't quite remember. I think it was about £6 each, and I'm sure in previous years it was 5 and 4. But it's to be expected. I think it's the same situation everywhere. Things are going up, and it'll be interesting to see what the price of it this year is for Danta's Air. So we're going to put the little bolts in. Taking shape. Definitely taking shape. Let's go see what else we can see. So this is the Walter XL that I was going to try and take a little nosy at. I'm just cautious about getting in people's way now, because obviously these guys are working. You don't want to be getting right in the face and getting in the way, so they have to sort of avoid any collisions with you, or worried about you being near equipment and things. So I'll see what I can. That's the Yeti, which is another sort of jumping frog type ride, just a different theme. A Yeti, not a frog, a jumping Yeti. And then the Cyclone and Gallagher's Twister right opposite each other. You noticed that yesterday? I think they were last year as well, to be honest. That was cool. That was cool to actually see a piece being lifted off the trailer and then being affixed to the other part of the ride. That was really good. As I say, if I had the time, this is what I'd like to do all day. I'd just come and watch them, but it'd make for a boring video. Just 12 hours of that. Well, it might make for a boring video, it might not. It'd make for a long video. So again, there's some more juvies down this side being set up now. And then we'll head into the middle of the fair, I will just show you as well, because I walked past Richmond's waltzes yesterday, and I talked about it a little bit, so we'll just see the progress of that. That's the thing now, you're not just coming onto this car park at Walton Street, you're having to do the other little bits as well to check the progress on them. And then when it comes to Wednesday, Thursday, there'll be even more to show you, because we have to walk a little bit further down, because there is another part of the fair further down Walton Street on the right hand side, some juvenile rides and possibly a Miami, maybe a bouncy castle and a giant slide and things like that. So there is a little bit more to see further along the road as we progress further on into the week. So like I said, each day that goes by, the vlog will probably get a little bit longer, and that's the Richmond's Laser Blazer. Cross over so I can show you it a bit better. Got the sun right in my face. There we go. And then there is a little juvenile swing ride there as well. And yeah, as I say, we'll go further down. There might be something there now, to be honest. I can see some lights. So, in the interest of doing a complete sort of build update, I will walk a little bit further down just to see what's going on down there. And then we'll walk back and get back into Walton Street and see what's going on. So Big Ben Tower's here. I didn't see Skyfall arrive yet. That might arrive at some point today, unless I'm just being blind and it was there somewhere and I just missed it. But it wasn't obvious to me that Matthew's Skyfall was on site at Walton Street already. But we've got to bear in mind, it was at Nottingham Goose Fair last night, so it does need to be dismantled, and then it needs to travel from Nottingham to Hull. It's a good 2-hour drive, being steady from Nottingham to Hull, and obviously it's a big ride, so it might take a day or so to dismantle at least. So that Skyfall might actually be a Tuesday arrival tomorrow. We'll check it out on tomorrow's walk around. But yeah, there is a little section, in fact there's a couple of sections I think, that on the right hand side down here where they do put some rides. They're not massive rides, but I do want to check out the update and see if there's anything there right now. As of Monday the 6th of October, with just 4 days to go until opening day. You can see, I won't go in, but you can get a little glimpse across West Park there where all the trailers are and the wagons. But as I say, won't be heading into there today just for timing reasons. I think I'll have to do it every other day just because they're just going to get too long. This is me doing these videos, not James Cameron. We don't want 3-hour long vlogs. So yeah, there is usually a couple of little juvenile rides down here as well. So we've got like a little fun house. And then little kiddie rides, little Thomasy roundabout, teacups, and then a couple of little play centres. So I mean, there are only sort of little additions to the fair, but if you've got a little one and you want to come in everything be in sort of one area, then you might not want to necessarily go into the car park itself, like Walton Street car park, the main Hull fair site. You might just want to walk down Walton Street, get some food, take the little ones in some of these little side parts of the fair. So there is another bit down there on the right, but I probably will just assume there's nothing there right now because it is used as a car park down Ghostland Close, I think it's called. So I will check that out a bit closer to the time. There's a little bit on the right there that I will check out closer to the time, but as for now, I'll just show you this bit and we'll head back down onto Walton Street. Well, we're on Walton Street, we'll head back down into the car park, the main fair site. and see what else there is in the middle of the fair. We've pretty much walked around the edge and we've seen some brand new attractions. There's definitely at least another 8 from yesterday that have arrived, and there's still another 3 or 4 that I saw that have not started to unpack yet. It was just pulling on as we arrived, and there's a couple of other trailers that have got the rides on that have not started to unpack yet and get it built. But it's still a massive update compared to yesterday. It's an exciting one. This is my favourite one so far, just because we've seen air being a section of it being taken off the truck, and we're starting to see all the classics arriving as well, like the Super Bowl and Air Raid, the Jumping Frogs. So it's good. So I'm going to walk back down now, get back in to the main site, see what's going on, and then we'll call it a day until tomorrow, where I'll be back again. Today it's about 3:30 now, so it's been about 22 hours-ish since I was last here, 23 hours. So in the last 23 hours there has been quite a big change. Lots of arrivals, lots of progress, and around the world still looks as it did 3 days ago. Maybe they just like worked super fast. Maybe there was like, we'll just get it done. Let's turn up to work, get it done, and then we can have a few days off before the fair starts. Or maybe they've just, like I said the other day, they've probably just focused their attentions on that because it was able to get here early, get it up. It had permission from the council and the organisers to be able to get put up early, given its location, right on the edge there. And they probably thought, let's do that, get it up, and then we can focus our attentions on other attractions. So let's head back in and let's walk the length of the car park through the centre and see what we see this time. I'm conscious this has been like a 38-minute video already so far, so I'll try not to make it too long. So this is the little juvenile section that we walked out of. With the Helter Skelter, the slip. I'm sounding all knowledgeable now with the showman. To slip, there's another slip, there's a lighthouse slip, and I can't remember what this one was called. A tower? Was it a tower slip or a square or something? I can't remember. I know that's a lighthouse one for obvious reasons. So yeah, setting up a few of the little prize stalls as well. The Sea Storm looking good, looking almost done, look. And then a fun house with the wacky stairs that are really hard to climb up. Fireman Sam's cadet training and Marshall's fire training. I bet they're exactly the same unit, with just different pictures. There's the fun house in the middle there. Phantom Chaser ghost train. Take a nosy at that. As I say, look, there's still quite a lot of things coming in, sort of situated in the road parts of a car park, like not the pathways that will be the pathways. So they're just waiting for their patch to be ready, I guess, and get it in. It's the Phantom Chaser, look, with Shrek with horns on the side. I'm always quite interested in the illustrations they put on these ghost trains. They are funny, some of them. Sometimes you'll get like Freddy Krueger, and then next to it you'll see Justin Timberlake but it's not Justin Timberlake, but it's a very close resemblance to him. Tustin Timberlake, maybe, or someone like Kylie. That's the progress of the Caterpillar coaster that we've seen a couple of times now. They've actually got the Caterpillar train on the track now, look. And the Super Bob looking pretty much done. So warm. Feels more like summer. Actually feels like summer. There's another food place there that's open. Food on the move. And the Maze of Illusions, that's the one that has all sort of glass panels all the way through it, and then it has dry fog with like spotlights and strobe lights, so it makes it really hard to see as you're going through. So go in at your peril, because you might get a face full of glass. Not smashed glass, like. That sounded quite violent. You might walk into a glass panel, but I'm sure it's not glass, I'm sure it's perspex, but it looks like glass. Anyway, I'm mumbling. Freak out? Is that another freak out? So they've got two freak outs. One's round there that's already set up, and then another one here. And then we're back where we started. Look, there's the jumping frog. The atmosphere creator, they've got it up now, they've got the sign up, look. I think I might do that this year. I didn't do it last year, but I did it the year before. Well, I might do, I might not. It's up to you, innit? I think, as I said, I'll be walking around on Friday, showing you everything there is, and then you'll be able to decide the 5 rides that I do on the next visit, which will probably be the following Wednesday. But I want you to determine how my night goes and what I have to ride. And I will be taking you on. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to take the GoPro on the reverse bungee, because they do sell the video. I could ask them, but I don't think you'd be allowed. But I can get someone to record me going up it and then maybe buy the video, I'm not sure. But that's it, we're back at the beginning with turbo jets, look. So that is it. That is day 6 of the Hull Fair 2025 pull on and build update completed. 4 days to go. Hope you've enjoyed it. Pop a little like on it if you did. Share it with all your fun fair fanatics. Share it with all your Hull friends, and comment down below if you've got any questions or queries. Let me know any interesting information that you might hold about Hull Fair. I'm always interested to read things. And subscribe to the channel for the next lot of updates. So there'll be tomorrow, and then there'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday opening day. I will be here every day giving you updates on how things are going and what's new, what new things have arrived, how things are progressing as we go along. So subscribe to follow along for that, and thank you so much for joining me today. So I will see you tomorrow on day 7 with just 3 days to go until opening night. I will thank you very much for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.